Senator Rand Paul declares Obama officials' effort to derail Trump campaign worse than Watergate. The junior senator from Kentucky has had enough. GOP Senator Rand Paul, once a fierce competitor of President Donald J. Trump in their mutual bid for the White House, says it has become obvious that there were deep state forces loyal to the Obama political machine within the Department of Justice and FBI who conspired to keep the billionaire real estate mogul turned politician out of the Oval Office. And for that, they should be investigated and if actually when they are found guilty of said conspiracy, punished. What's more, Paul justified his call for a new investigation by comparing it to one of the most heinous political crimes in U.S. history. Time to investigate high-ranking Obama government officials who might have colluded to prevent the election of that real Donald Trump. This could be worse than Watergate? Tweeted Rand Paul on Thursday. As reported by Buysback Review, with the Republican tax reform plan done, Paul came out swinging on behalf of the president, who we all know was wronged in so many ways by one of the most corrupt White House administrations in recent memory. For one, Paul says he wants answers into why Special Counsel Robert Mueller's probe into alleged Trump-Russia collusion is so blatantly partisan. Related, Swamp, Trump lawyer alleges Mueller engaged in unlawful conduct in obtaining transition documents. You have the Department of Justice, where you have a high-ranking official whose wife works for the group doing opposition research on Trump being paid for by the Democrat National Committee. That sounds like a lot of high-ranking people colluding to try to prevent Donald Trump from being president, Paul said in an interview with Fox News' Bill Hemmer. That was a reference to last week's bombshell that top DOE official Bruce Ohr had not only met with principals who created the infamous Trump dossier, but also that his wife Nellie worked for the same firm Fusion GPS during the campaign last year and as the dossier was being created by former British spy Christopher Steele. You know, we've had this investigation about Russian collusion, maybe we need an investigation about high-ranking Obama officials colluding to try to prevent Trump from being president, Paul said. This is more serious than even Watergate, he added. No doubt about that. That top-ranking officials within the FBI and Justice Department, the two federal entities Americans have to be able to trust to unbiasedly mete out justice and enforce federal law, would conspire against a U.S. presidential candidate is just plain unacceptable. Fox News Judge Jeanine Pirro made that same claim in recent days, calling on Congress and the Trump Justice Department to step up pressure on those responsible for the anti-Trump collusion and hold them to account. There is a cleansing needed in our FBI and Department of Justice. It needs to be cleansed of individuals who should not just be fired, but who need to be taken out in cuffs, she said during her program Justice last week. There have been times in our history where corruption and lawlessness were so pervasive that examples had to be made, Pirro said. This is one of those times. She said examples of those who should be targeted include, but are not limited to, Deputy FBI Director Andrew McCabe, former FBI Director James Comey, and even Special Counsel Robert Mueller. I for one am tired of investigations, politicians posturing, Pirro said. Something more has to be done. The stench coming out of the FBI and Justice Department is like that of a third-world country where money and boys in clubs decide elections, she said. It is time to take them out in cuffs.